Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to Art 111. This is kind of the first week of class. This is the first week of class, right? This is section 18116. It's online, spring 2023. Okay, so we are running from March 20th through May 12th. This is an 8-week accelerated course. It's available 24 hours online. There's no scheduled meetings or live video conferences. This is largely going to be you completing your work on your own, taking photos of it, and submitting that, right? Okay, so I'm just going to cruise through the syllabus real fast. You can find that in Canvas under the Files page, sort of 8-week course schedule. That's going to give you a breakdown of what we're going to be doing kind of every week. It will be subject to change depending on how everyone's doing with the workload. Okay, so this is an accelerated 8-week version of a 16-week course. So I would expect 10 to 15 hours weekly of class or work dedicated to this course, right? In this course, you will learn the fundamental principles of drawing. We're going to go through graphite drawing, charcoal drawing. We're going to work a bit with India ink or black magic ink, but largely the course is going to be focused on representational drawing. I'm not going to read everything in the syllabus. Read it over, make sure you've got it. The one thing I really want to do with this video is introduce you to some of the materials, because it seems oftentimes students will sign up for this course and they won't know what the required materials are. Okay, let's go. This is just a marker. This is a marker it's a brush style. It's going to allow me to make lines of different thicknesses. And this is going to be helpful for our first week assignment where we're making a cross contour drawing and describing volume using the line thickness, right? Okay, so there's a pen. That is not on the list. And then there are going to be things that just pop up that aren't on the list, right? We're gonna figure it out. It's gonna be fine. Okay, so first off, you need a sketchbook. Something I like to do a lot for my sketchbooks. I think this is 8 by 11, so it's going to fit in almost any bag. This one's pretty thin, only has 30 pages. So what I like to do is get a few of these, right? And then your sketchbook is essentially going to be about 3 separate objects, but then you can also stash them kind of in places that you'll be, so no matter where you're at, you know that you're going to have a book. And that's just going to be easy, right? And because these are sort of a lighter style, they're, essentially buying a few of them is going to be about the same cost as buying like a larger sketchbook. Okay, and don't mind me if I'm just like touching the surface. I have this sort of like high contrast. I'm trying to do this high contrast thing with this black and white to try to keep this camera focused. So that's the sketchbook. Next, we're going to have a drawing pad. This is going to be 18 by 24. You do want to get that size. I don't have any of those in the studio at the moment, but this is the General Blick brand. This is a sketch drawing pad that is 11 by 14. Of course, you're going to get the 18 by 24. It's actually so much easier to work larger. And then this is Sketch. Sketch is going to designate the weight of the paper. As you can see, this paper weight is 60 pounds. Sketch is also typically going to give you more sheets of a lighter weight. The object that I'm shooting in today is a drawing pad. And as you can see, it says drawing. It's a heavier weight. It's 80 pounds, fewer sheets, only 70 sheets. And one of the other benefits of the drawing paper is it's often going to be, it always ought to be acid-free. Look at this, acid-free. We want that. Sketchpad, the board, the drawing board, 23 by 26 with clips and a rubber band. You are going to want to get that because you're going to want that hard backing board to put your drawing pad on. It's just going to really be beneficial especially when we move into charcoal. So, You know, some people like to work with it, some like to work without it. It depends. Maybe get it and keep the receipt, you know. Then we got Vine and Willow Charcoal. All right. Vine and Willow Charcoal. Those bad boys. I don't know if this is actually going to be helpful to like see it up close, but you know they're really light. They make really light marks, and you don't even really. You can just rub it away. You can really just blow it off, but I don't want to just blow charcoal around my room. Those Vine and Willow Charcoal, there's different thicknesses. Those are going to be really important when we're sketching in charcoal, or working in charcoal rather. That's how we're going to sketch out the drawing. Compressed charcoal sticks of different, not thicknesses, but like hardness, soft, medium, hard. All of these things kind of come in like different, I don't know, whatever. They're hard, medium, soft. This one's pretty soft. I've really been enjoying it. I forget what brand it is, but I'll drop it in the video, I guess. It's really good. Look at that. We're just gonna build up, especially with the soft ones. We're just gonna build up. So then, this one's like more of a medium, and I think this one is Blick brand or General's brand. Also pretty good. Get a pretty similar tone. I don't know if they're gonna look the same on camera, but it is a little bit of a lighter gray. And I'm just like honestly just trying to trap all this charcoal on the page. I really don't want this floating around. R.I.P. Fold those charcoal bits in there. Excuse me. Art gum eraser. I didn't think, but all of these materials are like broken in half and caked in charcoal, but it's sort of more of a natural tone, more of an earth tone, right? I don't know if you have some Vans, it's gonna be similar. White plastic eraser, Stila, that's white. All of these erasers are just going to work a little bit differently, so it is good to have a variety, and everybody's going to kind of take to one or the other. This is the kneaded eraser, kind of like comes in little cubes, not cubes, more like sheets. Workable fix, workable fixative, it's a rattle can. It's really good for spraying on the drawing to keep the charcoal adhered to the page. And then you can work over top of it as well. What else we got? Oh, the container for the drawing tools. That you are definitely going to want. And in fact, my container even has like a couple containers in it because I like to keep the graphite separate from the charcoal because it is so messy. I don't really want charcoal on all of my, like, I don't really want it on like the technical eraser. I don't want it on my graphite pencils. So I keep it in its own separate little bag inside the bag. It's fun. Graphite pencils, again, of a varying degrees of hardnesses, and there will be a you know, like little packs that have all of these. Oh, the charcoal pencils, right. Again, oh god, I hate that sound. I can't, yeah, what is that? That's the HB. I can't even work with that. It just makes my skin crawl. 6B, that's alright. Let's go, let's keep going. An X-Acto knife. I assume you've all had one of these, but who knows. Be careful. Always cut away from you. Always know where your fingers are. Oftentimes people will be like, you know, cutting some shit like this, and there will be like a soft spot in the material, and they just go straight through their finger. And they're sharp, they cut fast. Which, you know, doesn't hurt as bad, but a little more damage. The Tombow eraser, beautiful. Look at that bad boy. Oh yeah. Should make like little puppet hands for like these. It's not a puppet. It's like that. Yeah, there we go. Wow, this is gonna be fun. I don't have any of the objects for the ink drawing, but you don't need those until weeks later. Don't worry about that. Pencil sharpener, it's good. You're gonna need that pretty immediately. I like these sort of M&R, made in Germany. Very nice. It's heavy, it's reliable. Metal ruler, you're gonna need that relatively soon. Uh, Obviously, it's just a metal ruler, but we're gonna need that whenever we're working in 1 and 2 point perspective next week. Blue painter's tape, also super helpful. You don't really need that until we get to charcoal, probably, but you're gonna need that. Okay, this is something of a disclaimer. I want people that want to work digitally to be able to do so. At the same time, this is not like an outdated process. This is not like a thing that is irrelevant, right? Working analog, I guess. But okay, no required textbooks, no recommended textbooks. I'm looking for one, but I guess we'll see if I find one. A lot of the drawing books are just kind of like, draw 100 cars. It's like, no, please no. Late assignment grades, da 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 da. Okay, I guess let's check out grading. The way that this course is broken down is that essentially you're going to be submitting drawings every week. You're going to be submitting sketches every week through the Canvas course. Each week's drawing is going to be about 10% of your grade, right? The way that the points work out is there's 1,000 points in the class. So every 10 points is 1% of your grade, right? So that's going to work itself out by the end of the course. And then there's also an artist notebook. And the artist notebook is essentially, for us, it's going to be a PDF of 20 artists, art institutions, galleries, publications that inspire you and that you're sort of interested in working with or working towards. They can be podcasts or something too. Okay, attendance policy for the online course. Let's see, what's it say? You have to complete one online activity a week. So as long as you're staying on top of the submissions, I've worked this into the course for you. So as long as you stay on track with the submissions every week, you are going to be fine. I think that's really everything we need to double check in the syllabus. Okay.